Okay, so the fuel system is all done. I could not get this right, so I ended up zip tying these up with this zip tie right there. That should be perfectly fine. The big thing is you want to keep the lines from moving. Went ahead, gas is in the tank, so that's good. I think I got a little leak around that one. We'll have to, no, I think it's fine. So, already got the battery back in, so now what I need to do is this is very, very rusty, so what I'm going to do is just take, I'm just going to run some sandpaper over it, because really these gas gauges are awful anyway. So, in fact, I'm tempted just to yank the gas gauge part off. But I'll run some sandpaper over it and just throw it in the tank. Should be fine. Like I said, gas is already in the tank. And the next step is clean out the carburetor, which I've already started on. I have to remove the 4 screws here. And then after you do that, I'm going to pull this whole top off and I'll come back and show you that. So, yeah, making progress. Hopefully in about 30 minutes, this thing will be running. Okay, so I pulled the top of the carb and nothing really in there. All that stuff that you see on the bottom is actually just kind of corrosion and stuff. Nothing I can really do about it at this point. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the carb back on there, or the top of the carb back on there, and go from there. I could take the jet out right there, but really the big one you got to get to is down on the bottom there, and I just really don't want to take the carb off. See if this problem solves itself. It solves itself. If it doesn't, it's not that big a deal to take the carb off. It's just a matter of getting in there and loosening some screws or some bolts up. So not really all that big a deal at this point. So we'll see if some seafoam in the tank clears it up a little bit, some run time, and go from there. So yeah, so we'll just put the carb back together and hook the choke and throttle cable up and get it running. Okay, so it's all done. I did have to adjust the hydro system. To do that, follow the book, because there's 4 different versions of this linkage right here. I thought about doing a video of it, and I decided that I just follow the book. That'd probably be the best recommendation. In this particular case, what you do is you jack up the rear machine, and then you have to loosen a couple bolts, check the length of a couple springs, things like that. So this 318 is all good to go in terms of new fuel lines, carburetor's been checked, linkage is fixed. That's up nice and square now to the, I might need to tighten that up just a little bit. But it's all nice and set at this point. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to put it back together, and then as soon as the driveway dries out, I don't know if you can even see this, but our driveway is a muddy mess right now with all of the snow and everything. So if the driveway ever dries out, I'll take this out and drive it around a little bit. Other than that, we're down to a hydro fluid change, an oil change, and just some testing of some safety circuits, since kids are going to be using this. And then it's down to doing the bearings on the deck, which I'll get ordered this week, because I need to go replace my supplies that I've used in terms of fuel filters, things like that. I'm getting kind of low on those to begin with, but everything's running really nice. Really, this is a really nice running engine. I'm actually kind of impressed. Certainly not something I expected. So I'll get some parts ordered, and in the end, if there's nothing else major, I will have spent, including the bearings on the deck, I will have spent about $150 on various items. Bearings on the deck, and I might not buy Deere bearings, so you can get them for like $40. And I might even have some around here. But between all of the hardware, the hoses, the filters, everything like that, dielectric grease, welding, kind of just some of those costs, everything, $150. That's my estimate. So, and none of them were major components, which is really kind of nice. The only other thing that I'm just gonna let it sit for now, is this foot on the oil pan. I don't really see a reason to take the engine out to replace the oil pan yet. If another one breaks, then hey, we'll do something about it. So, yeah, I will. I'll get I don't know how many parts this will be, but we will continue to work on this project. Like I said, the deck is next, so got to get the deck in here sometime this coming week and get the bearings out and everything, and kind of inspect that. It's a 50-inch deck, so should be nice and good for mowing the grass. Thanks for watching.